Are you looking for a way to advertise your business, offer discounts to your customers, and help veterans at the same time? Then citybyhero.com is the answer. It's your shop local program helping you while providing jobs and funds for veterans. It's simple to sign up, easy for your clients to find your business and your offers, and there are many plans to choose from that fit your budget and your needs. Go to citybyhero.com and sign up today, and we'll make a donation for you to a veterans organization. citybyhero.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
All right, good morning, everybody. I wasn't intentionally speaking because YouTube is getting something different over there, and it was a little introduction and everything else, and they're still getting it. And so good morning. Now I can talk. And we're going to say first, congratulations to Karen Handel for winning the election. Thank you, Shauna. Shauna was over there seeing that. And now we're going to quickly go into a commercial for about 11 seconds. So here, let me start the commercial for you.
If you're looking for a concealed holster or firearm, or you need food storage, then check out carolinaprepper.com. That's carolinaprepper.com.
So I did a quick commercial for carolinaprepper.com for all of your needs that you need for concealed holsters, firearms, and food storage. Just contact carolinaprepper.com. So right now, what they're seeing is a screen of me, and it has flags on either side. So just some things that I've added here. Thank you, Rob. So everybody will have to go over to YouTube and see that. Good morning, Karen. I worked on that all day yesterday by my little self. Got everything working well. You're welcome, Jamie. So, I tell you, it's really fun to get these things, the bells and the whistles. Sometimes the bells and the whistles really matter. So I'm glad everybody on YouTube, again, if you haven't seen that, go over to YouTube and see that because you're really going to love it. Thanks, Shauna. And I would love to be able to do it on Periscope and YouTube at the same time, but that's another story. You need two computers for that. You'll love it, Donna. Yeah, Barbara, I think YouTube has really been really good. I mean, you can do a lot of things. You can go live anytime. They don't censor as much. Thank you, Jamie. Every now and then they do get into their censoring mode, but it's pretty good. Hey, Tori, good to see you. So, please do check that out. Just go to my YouTube channel at Susan Knowles. You can't miss it. And you will really love it. I'm telling you, you'll love it. Okay, so I'm going to start out this morning with Psalm 43. Prayer to God in time of trouble. And I think pretty much we're in the time of trouble. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Kim, check out YouTube on what I just did live. You'll see it later, and you'll love it. Okay, so Psalm 43. Vindicate me, O God, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. For you are the God of my strength. Why do you cast me off? Why do I go mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? Oh, send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me to your holy hill and to your tabernacle. Then I will go to the altar of God, to God my exceeding joy. And on the harp I will praise you, O God, my God. Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you disquieted within me? Hope in God, for I shall yet praise him, the help of my countenance and my God. Amen. Hey, Donna. So good to see everybody. Light and truth, absolutely, Robin. Absolute light and truth. Thank goodness yesterday for the wins that the Republicans got in Georgia, South Carolina, Kansas. I mean, kind of like all over the place. And I was so happy to see that. I was so happy to see that such an arrogant individual as Ossoff can get his ass off someplace else now. Uh, and be out of Georgia. He wasn't really a Georgian anyway. Nobody else thought that, so I think it's safe in saying that. But I'm just so glad to just see him out of the race. $30 million spent, and he still couldn't win. Probably the biggest loser of all time. At Morning Joe, what did they say, Shauna? I don't watch the Morning Joe. Every now and then I'll bring something up that they say, but that's about it. Disgusting amount of money spent. Absolutely disgusting. And brought in from Soros and everybody else, California. And all of those celebrities went out yesterday and tried their best. Tried their best to get people, convince people that it was Ossoff that they should have voted for. It's like, no, the people know. I'm not, Jamie said he's not tired of winning. Karen would lose bigly. I just think it's so great. I think it was great too, Shauna, when you could see the faces of CNN. I sort of saw that this morning. They said they just didn't know what to do. You know, when the election results were coming in, they just looked like, what? What happened? And I think that's great. They need to be fooled every now and then. I have a bad opinion of celebrities. So do we, Carrie. I think most people in here. It was priceless. Winning is good. Winning is great. And we need more of it. Rock their world. Yes, Kim, it sure did. The people are sick of the elitist celebrities. You know, what happened under Obama, the celebrities thought, oh, everybody listens to us. Everybody thinks that we're, gods. And that was under Obama. And those days are over. Those days are over. They are part of the swamp. They're not the government swamp, but they tried to be into government. They tried to be the ones that were directing us and telling us what to do. And you know what? They lost. Shauna said Dems are 0-4, and that's got to hurt. Yeah, and I know the Democrats are probably sitting there going, what did we do wrong? I don't understand. We brought out our big guns. Deborah Messing was there, and other people that aren't working, I guess, came out and tried to convince everybody that this is what they should do. Oh, everybody, and I forgot to mention in Periscope, please swipe and invite your followers. That would be great if you will. They're blaming the loss on the Russians. Well, Kim, that'll be the next thing that they do, I'm sure. Obama thought he was so charismatic and can win over anyone he wanted. And, for a while, Shauna, that was true. But now that he's gone, everybody has kind of moved on past that. Thank you for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. We are messing with Messing's mind. Yeah, what she has of it, I'm sure. But so, what a great outcome. Just amazing outcome. Couldn't be better. On to 2018. Hillary had Jay-Z and his girl to Cleveland, and she still lost Ohio in your state, Sapphire said. Can we talk a little bit about how liberals prepare grilled cheese? No, we can't. But you can. You can have that conversation if you'd like in your own head. Some other breaking news. I don't know if you, and I say breaking, it's not like, thank God it's not one of the horrible types of the news. But Bill O'Reilly, I didn't know this. Bill O'Reilly had a contract with One America News Network, and I should say an offer for a contract. And apparently he had it since about April, and he never got back to them and never said anything about it. So they basically went ahead and revoked the contract. Yep, he lost his offer, Karen. You can't wait around on it for all time. POTUS must be loving the day today. I'm sure he is, Shauna. The thing about it, I don't understand why Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, I saw, Catherine, I saw Periscope kind of slow down there, so it probably knocked some people off and back on. Les thought the turmoil they created would last 150 days. I didn't get the rest of that. But I can see where, O'Reilly, I think that would have been a great move for him to go to One America News Network. It's basically he could have built that network up with his brand. He must have something else up his sleeve. I know. Shauna, the only thing that I've seen him do, and I haven't really been watching, but I know he's been going on Glenn Beck's show for like one day a week, and I'm sure that's to give him, some type of voice until he gets back somewhere else. But, Other than Newsmax and One American News, I'm not sure where he would go. I don't know if a conservative review would want him over there. I don't know. Yeah, One American News Network it's starting to catch on and be pretty good. It's frozen twice on me so far. I'm hanging in, and YouTube saves the battery. So yeah, Periscope probably didn't like the fact that I told everybody to go to YouTube. Left thought all this turmoil they created against Trump would equal wins yesterday. Nope, that's true, Robin. Absolutely. Shauna thinks he might be working on his own TV. He does his own show daily. Yeah, on his own website. I know. Totally, he could get bumped to miss first part where he's going. Robin, we don't know. We're speculating that he may have another offer or he may be doing his own. I think, Glenn Beck tried to do that, and Glenn Beck has been pretty successful, but he kind of went the wrong way. Robin, you may have to go out and come back in or go over to YouTube. Periscope's acting weird today. You got to pay for his own podcast, though. Shauna said, Las Vegas gal said she could do without O'Reilly. Yeah, a lot of people can. Good, Robin. Sound is fine. Good, Kim. I think, the last couple of days, the Internet's been having a lot of difficulties, too, with especially like Verizon. They were kicked off for a while, I guess, on the East Coast. Is Periscope beneath him? I don't think so, Catherine. A lot of people, honestly, they don't know how to use Periscope. And there are a lot of people. I've asked a lot of young people, and I've talked to them about Periscope, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. They've never heard of Periscope, and they're like in their 20s and 30s. Periscope is acting weird because of the Republican win. Probably. Everybody's licking their wounds today, and nobody's wanting to hear the conservatives. So I don't know. I think Periscope. I think he ought to be on Periscope, but unfortunately he's not. So perhaps he'll, decide. Somebody will have to show him about that. We're more hip than Gen Z, Kim said. Let's see. I've had major loading issues even in Florida. Shauna said when the electricians were going on, the electricity was going on and off. Who didn't hear of Periscope? Young people. Shauna, millennials. I talk to millennials, and they look at me like, what are you talking about, Periscope? What do you mean by that? They have no idea, and I have to teach them how to use Periscope. So I don't get that. I thought everybody knew about Periscope. I know the late night people do for some reason. They live on Snapchat. Yeah, I guess they think on Snapchat it's more private and encrypted. Oh, elections were going on. I'm sorry, Shauna. Yeah, I know that's the switch, Catherine. Easier to communicate on Periscope than waiting for calls to be monitored, right? And Instagram. Yeah, they're always on Instagram, too, it seems. Millennials, no way. That's crazy. I know, Shauna. It is crazy, but it's true. I mean, I've talked to several of them, and I have this conversation, and I say something about Periscope, and they go, what? Which really surprises me. So we shall see what happens with Mr. O'Reilly. Now we have some news coming out of the Pentagon. Pentagon wasted, now listen to this. Now this is going to be a big surprise to you. Over the past decade, the Pentagon wasted $28 million in buying woodland camouflage uniforms for Afghan soldiers. Now these uniforms could only be used, I know, drum roll, right? Could only be used in like several places, very small number of places. I don't know what woodland camouflage is, but I mean, out in the desert, it would probably be best just to have, the tan, sandy color. I don't know. No camouflage out there. There's nothing to hide behind. I use my Instagram account a lot, Shauna, but I put mostly non-political stuff there. Hillary's designer probably made them. Las Vegas gal said. How many mouths could that have fed? Absolutely, Karen. And that's over the past decade. So all of Obama and then 2 years before. Yeah, that would stand out in the sand. I know. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, I take pictures of my flowers in the garden and stuff like that, just so to have something a little bit different than politics all the time. The stupidity really amazes me, Shauna said. I mean, $28 million. I mean, seriously, that's a lot of money. We could have used that in so many different ways. But no. So they found this out. So my guess is they're probably still doing it. Nobody stopped after this. So we'll have to see if somebody says, okay, we really do need to stop this now. They didn't say they stopped it. They just said they discovered it. So, and you know how the government goes. Yes, time to drain the swamp. Yes, Sapphire, in so many different ways. I mean, we can drain the swamp all day long and still not get even close to emptying it. Thank God he's gone. Yes, dog. Crash dog. Absolutely. We would have a total disaster on our hands. And again, in some of these departments, and you'll hear about this in a second, we don't, even though we've gotten rid of a lot of people, in some of these departments, President Trump isn't the one who's leading the departments yet. We still have these Obama holdovers, and they're doing exactly what they want. Hey, Amanda, you have to go over and check out YouTube after it's over, and please share it. We had some really great things in this morning. Oh, Jerry, you missed the opening, but you'll get to see the end of it, and you can look at the screen right now and tell it's a little bit different. But Jerry, you'll need to go back and look at YouTube again and watch it from the beginning. You'll love it, Jerry. Let's see. Now we have some. Why do they allow Chicago to refuse help by the government? Amber, that's a good question. I know. I don't know if they're trying to take this approach of let's not push ourselves. Thank you, Jerry. Let's not push ourselves on the states. Let's let them do what they want to do. Let's see if they do it first, and if they don't, then we'll step in. I think sometimes that Attorney General Sessions is a little bit reticent, which I don't like, in areas like this when he should be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to have to get on board. But I, in some ways, I do like the fact that the government is not trying to control the states, that they're trying to give them some leeway and they're trying to work with them. I mean, that is constitutional. You don't want to have the federal government ruling the state government. I'm sick of hearing they want help, but government is offering the wrong help. Well, here's, Amber, what they want. They want the money. That's the help they want. They want the money. And they're going to take the money and use it for whatever they want, not to get things done, but to use it any way they want, probably to have a sanctuary city. It's a good and bad situation, Amanda. I know, Jerry, we talked about Ossoff getting his Ossoff whipped. Yes. We need to give libs 5 states and let the USA have the rest. That would be good. Unfortunately, I'd have to move from California. But yeah. But that's what they want. They want the money, and then they want to be able to do with that money whatever they want. And they're not putting it towards what they should be putting it towards. I mean, that's obvious. In Chicago, we've had gang problems in California, and you take care of the gang problems by getting serious. You get more people out there on the beat. You get more contact with the neighborhoods, and you get rid of the problem. And you start passing laws that say gang members can't congregate together, et cetera, et cetera. They're not doing that in Chicago. There's so many drive-by shootings, so many young people that are getting killed. Crash Dog, I'm hoping that California comes around, but I've lived in California for a very long time, and it doesn't look, it's just going the opposite direction. Maybe a federal accountant for the money? Amber, I don't think that's going to work either. I really don't. I think what you need to do is get the Democrats out of office of every state, and then you can have things that work. If we had Republicans in California, it'd be a great state. Brown is going. Brown's term is up, and he's termed out in 2020, I think, or 2018. I can't remember. It's not soon enough. Loosen the gun laws. Yeah, Hugh, that would be good. And I think if there's ever an example of what it would be like to take away people's guns, and see what would happen. Look at the criminals on the streets of Chicago. If you want to see what it would be like not to take the guns away from the people, there you go. That's exactly what it would look like. It would be total lawlessness because the criminals aren't giving up their guns anytime soon. We know that, and you know what? The government knows that. And speaking of the government, they came out today and the people said that with the congressional shooting that took place last week, that the man who did that, he was working on his own. So there was nobody else involved in that. Illinois is going broke on the brink of bankruptcy. I think, if you look at a lot of Democrat states, they are. I mean, we have a lot of closings, like department stores that are closing in California. People cannot work here because they make it so difficult with all the taxes, with all the penalties, with everything that needs to be done. You just cannot run a business here. Trying to get permits, trying to get a license, it's horrible. Good morning, Sally. Rain, rain, rain. I'm ready for Mississippi sunshine. Well, if you were in California yesterday, in some parts it was over 100. So you might just hold on to that rain a little bit longer in Mississippi. And Sally, make sure you go over to YouTube and watch that back. And at the very end of YouTube, you'll see some fantastic stuff that's going on YouTube. I live 60 miles from Ferguson. Eva will always have guns. And I didn't see how much it was, but the settlement was for. But Michael Brown's parents settled yesterday. I'm sure it was, I don't think they gave an amount, so I'm sure it was a lot of money. Not sure why they were getting money, but, there again, it's another Democrat-run city. So that, I'm sure, was astronomical, the amount they got in the millions. I don't understand. Yep, what a disgrace. I know, Kim. I mean, the guy broke the law and tried to kill a police officer, and the parents get a settlement. So I don't get that. Well, I mean, Crash Dog, he sort of was. I mean, I know you say that he was you shouldn't say that, or it's going to sound bad or whatever, but he did break the law. I mean, he was a criminal, and whether people don't like to admit that. How when the officer was found innocent? Kim, the officer was found innocent with the Philandro Castile case in Minnesota, and people are unhappy about that. Paying them for criminal behavior. The officer's life has been totally ruined. Yes, Kim, it's true. Shauna said, I'm still believing Florida is the best weather in the nation year-round. So many western states were over 105 yesterday. Yikes, poor animals. Yeah, I know, Shauna. My horse had to come in out of the pasture yesterday early because of the heat. No bueno, as they say in California. Same as when OJ was found innocent, but he was sued. Yeah. Well, and it is, Crash Dog. It's like, even though he can be sued because the burden of proof is less. It's a preponderance of the evidence and not a beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's how they got him on that. Okay, so probably cost the taxpayers less to settle. Oh, yeah, Amber, absolutely. Droughts are coming, Karen said. Oh. Yeah, in California, we had a drought situation. They have recently said we are no longer in a drought environment. Yeah, I do too, Kim. I love Jay Sekulow and everything he does. He's really a good representation of what an attorney should be, really. The ethics, the morals that he has, and he's above board kind of guy. Now, some other news that's coming out. We were really all very hopeful when Donald Trump signed the executive orders to protect whistleblowers. Everybody remember that? He is a true justice kind of guy, Jerry, Jay Sekulow is. Jay's the best, a man after God's own heart. Yes, Jay's band is amazing. If you guys haven't listened to Jay Sekulow's band, you really have to. When he has another, he's on the internet. It usually it's a Friday night. His band is amazing. They're tremendously professional and very good. And he plays the drums, and sometimes he'll play the guitar. The band is awesome. He's very professional. I don't know how they have time to practice, but yeah, they are great. Hey, Chris, good morning. Okay, so getting back to the executive order. Hey, Robin, brother's trying to talk you into coming to Florida. Huh. He is high energy. Yep, that's how they unwind. Yes, Jerry, absolutely, that is. Probably the only way they unwind and have time for that. People from Petra and Kansas Oh, yeah, in his band. Good morning. Okay, so back to the executive order. That we're so hopeful that the executive order that was signed by the president to protect the whistleblowers, the VA whistleblowers, it's not looking so good. We have a VA whistleblower, Scott Davis, who came forward. He's come forward a lot. He's testified before Congress, and let's just be frank about it. They don't like him in the VA because he's a whistleblower. So some of the veterans were speaking out, and he was a public affairs officer for the member services. He had a lot of contact with veterans, and part of his job that he would work on the content on the website, and he would decide what goes in the content. And yeah, Shauna, what happened over there on YouTube? YouTube went down for a second. Don't know why, and it's back up now. So thanks everybody. I hope you'll. It's not on your end. It's on YouTube's end this morning. Others were posting on the website. He reported them as posting and said they weren't supposed to do that. And when he complained about that because they were putting content that was supposed to go through him before it went on the website. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. So they decided, okay, well, if you're gonna complain about that, we're going to take your rights away from you. They stripped his rights of going on to the internet. So he has no access to do his job. He has no access to do anything on the website. And he has no access to veterans. So what essentially they're doing is if you can't do your job, then they're going to take, after a while, they're going to take it away from you and you're not going to be needed. And they're going to get rid of you. And it's crazy. It's wrong. And they need to, again, the watchdog groups need to do things about it. And we, as the public, we need to speak out about it. And that's why I'm telling you about it today. Because it's, this is ridiculous. If those VA bonuses are not rescinded, then the whole system is going to stay corrupt. That's true, Lamper. Or I should say Barb. It's true. So just, being mindful of that. Morning was creating my coffee masterpiece. Nancy, what is your coffee masterpiece? We all want to know. Yeah, my coffee masterpiece is decaf coffee, and we're talking Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme coffee. That's it. That I put in my coffee maker, my Krups coffee maker. They need to do that to the holdovers. Yeah, with her mom, so I get, for an hour. Oh, okay, great. Today is vanilla. All right. We'll have to check out the replay. Just came in. Yeah, Mrs. Second Amendment. You'll have to see it. It's great. You'll love it. Hey, Mike, good to see you over there. Thanks for Shauna also helping people on YouTube. Yeah, we had a little momentary shutdown of YouTube, and it came back up. Nancy, you'll want to check out YouTube at the very beginning. So you'll have to go back and do that. And at the end, we're going to have something at YouTube, so you can see that as well. Folgers at a Walmart cheap coffee maker for Crash Dog. Sounds good. Yeah, I know. Why bother? Dunkin' Donut latte with an extra turbo shot, Shauna said. Wow. Didn't even know they were doing that. Good morning, Robert. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not going to pay. Well, first of all, I'm not going to Starbucks for a number of reasons. One is they don't support veterans and other political ideologies I don't agree with. But at the same time, I can just make my own coffee and not pay $5. So it's. I love the Krups coffee, the little pods. They are really good. Summer plus iced coffee equal heaven. Salute said. Cebu salute. I don't know what you go by. Never Starbucks. Yeah. Hashtag never Starbucks. For sure. Why is buying health insurance across states illegal? Shouldn't this be fixed today? Well, that's what they're going to do, Barb. Or, I don't know who you are on Barb's computer, but yeah, that's what they're doing. They want to make that where you can buy insurance across state from state. Lee, okay, from one state to another, It was always like that before. You can't buy from other states. I guess they don't want the competition. But I think that should never have been the case. Okay, Lee, thanks. But that's what the new health care bill, if they can get it passed, that's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to go across country and buy it anywhere you want. Shauna buys by the bulk, ground, Dunkin', regular, and perk in her Keurig. Everybody has to have their coffee. I can't drink caffeine, so, I'm out. I'm out with the caffeine. Hey, Texas Kilo, where have you been? Good to see you. Use vanilla creamer in my Keurig big 10-ounce cup Maxwell House Pod. Sounds good, Karen. Oh, work. Companies now have better options. At least California can go to Arizona again. Really, Nancy? I didn't even know that. I just noticed your mic is huge. But it's okay. Don't be threatened by the mic. Never drink Cuban coffee, then mega dose of caffeine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would not be able to handle that. POTUS never had coffee? Really? Wow. Crash Dog said his town has 6,500 people and they are opening a Starbucks. Oh no. That's really bad. Mike envy. Absolutely, Beck. Nancy also has vanilla. Susan swings a big mic. Beware. That's right. Just Folgers brand for Robert. Yeah, don't be intimidated by the microphone. This right here, all that does is you can take it on and off, and it just muffles the sound so you don't get a lot of background noise. But it's okay. It's okay, I'm telling you. You're going to be okay. Chock full of nuts has really gone downhill. Yuck. Big Mike syndrome. Absolutely. Don't be afraid of the mic. Walk away from the mic. It's okay, people. In some other news, Todd Starnes of Fox News was talking about auto. He said the president must send an unequivocal message to the dictator of North Korea. He is all in favor, it sounds like, of us attacking North Korea. I'll play community coffee and a French press for Kim. Big mic drop. Yeah, I should take this off and drop it. Half and half with one sweetener. Yeah, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Robert says my mic is perfect. Thank you. Robert gets to stay. Robert doesn't get a block like all those other people who mention the mic being big and go on and on and on. Those people. So what does everybody feel about... Yeah, exactly. Michael Moore's mic until he tried to eat it. Yeah, well, Michael Moore, he looks like... Never mind. What does everybody think about going into North Korea? Green coffee is good coffee. Really, Lee? I think the world needs a sniper to sneak into North Korea. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know that we all need to go in there. Just take the one guy out. Micah, we're Obama not doing much for, oh gosh, wow. Yeah, Micah and the Morning Joe were sticking up for Obama not doing very much for auto, according to Jerry. Robin wants to know, is that really a smart idea to attack North Korea? Shauna says hamburger and steak for POTUS. Create another big crisis if we do that. Just one man. I don't know. Like the people in North Korea could possibly go to South Korea. I mean, I don't know if South Korea would open their doors, but maybe. Kim wants to see him gone. I feel bad for Otto's parents too. Very sad. We have to do something. Yep. So I think secret ops and take out the leadership is what is needed. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about it with North Korea, these people are so totally controlled by the dictator. I mean, they really are. And without that dictator, things should be pretty good. I mean, the problem is, as always, us putting in the government is not. It's not something we want to do. Put in a new government. Kim Young Fat Boy, according to Karen. Hey, Amy, sending prayers to his family. Absolutely, Amy. Amy, make sure that you watch the very beginning of the YouTube again. And And there'll be something at the end too. It's new and improved. Where caffeine's in this here. YouTube having issues. Robin, it may be on your end right now. The health stream is fine, so maybe just refresh. Not a conciliation, but at least Otto's parents got to hold him physically one last time. Shauna said there will be sub leaders. Yeah, Robert. And does anybody think that South Korea would sort of open up and allow people from North Korea in, or at least help the people of North Korea if they took out the leadership? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, my thoughts that they may, because those people have been held prisoners in North Korea. That they're prisoners in their own country. Wow. Affinity Magazine was cheering Otto's death in a tweet. They eventually deleted it. Miss Second Amendment said, that's ridiculous. Definitely need to take out Kim. And that's what, a lot of people are feeling that way. So sad, but glad they got to see Otto alive. I know, Yeah, I think that the people of South Korea, would welcome the fact that they didn't have to worry all the time being next door to South Korea. North Korea would have a hard time. Can you say that again? It faded too fast. They gave him a frontal lobotomy via vaccines, Mike said. I'm disappointed in China. Kim said, well, yeah, China didn't help very much with North Korea. I don't know if they tried hard enough, but I'd say only if all North Korean leadership were rooted out. I'd say so too, Robert. So sad for the parents. Yeah, I think that you're going to have to get rid of it. South Korea wouldn't know which North Koreans they could trust to let in, according to Kim. Yeah, that would be difficult, but with the leadership gone, I think it would be a different set of circumstances, Kim. I wondered if they did some kind of shocking to that poor boy, Shauna said. Shauna, I think they did so much to him that if we knew all of what happened, it would be hard to bear. Now, the parents, I was a little bit surprised by this in some ways. The parents did not want an autopsy done of their son. We should get at least a formal declaration of war against ISIS. That would help, someone said. But what do you think about the parents not wanting an autopsy? What do you think about that? Shocked at that. You were shocked at that too. Hey, good morning, Brian. Good to see you. Yeah, maybe because their son had been so tortured, they didn't want to have that done. Probably too painful to know. Kim said, yeah, if libs ran South Korea, they'd let them flow in. Somebody said over there, Hugh, okay, Hugh, have a great day. All right, see you tomorrow. I would want to know. I don't understand why not. Leadership gone would be first step to calmer atmosphere, Karen said. Yeah, I think the autopsy, I really do think that they need to do that, but maybe they know enough. Maybe the doctors think they know. I would, but I do understand what they chose. Some faiths do not believe in it. That's true, Barbara. McCain being interviewed on Fox, hope he can maintain a train of thought. Pfft, I don't think so, Shauna. Heard head trauma. I'm sure he had such a severe neurological issue. They probably threw him up against a wall or something. Who knows? Or doing experiments. They know more than we do. Yeah. I've seen autopsies performed. It is a gruesome thing. It really is. But I know the person is dead. But it's still gruesome. And for a parent to know that was taking place would not be good. Hello, how are you? Laura in LA said they did an MRI and most of his brain is gone. Ugh. That's what Mike said. What if electroshock to erase memory? Could have been, Nancy. Probably water shocking until cardiac arrest. Could have been, Kim. Maybe they did waterboarding on him. I have no idea. Feel bad for Otto, but ripping down that banner was just plain stupid. Well, yeah, I think people that go to other countries, they don't think. Thank you so much. He was just so broken every time we saw him. I know. Well, Robin, they probably told him, put your head down. Brain tissue gone from the lack of oxygen, Kim said. And again, he's 20 years old. He's out of the country. And he's talking about, going to another country, loving it, and forgets that it's what kind of country it is. Amy said they should have done a full autopsy. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in agreement with you. It was stupid, but he didn't deserve to be murdered. Absolutely not, Robin. And that's why some people are saying, I guess they want to seek revenge on what happened in North Korea. Shauna, no signs of medical incisions, Mike said. I judge people who blame the young man. Absolutely, Nancy. I mean, that blaming him or making fun of his death or anything connected to that is, if you have to be some kind of, I don't even want to say the word. I mean, you can't be human and feel that way. We're young and stupid, smuggled birth control into Haiti. Oh, my God. Marlene, you did that. We can't let this Kim Jong live much longer. Education system needs to teach about other cultures immediately. Chris says scum. Somebody else says perfect speak. Yeah, we can learn about other cultures, but in schools, they're not going to tell you about other cultures. They're not going to tell you the truth. We know that already, right? What he did should never have been punished that way. He was promised loads of money to bring that banner back to the United States. Are you sure about that? We will never be privy to what UC docs really know, Kim said. Yeah, I mean, we all did stuff at probably 20 years old. Looking back, we wouldn't want to do it again. Now that we know. People happy about auto think it's okay to jump our border and break our laws. Yeah, and it was a mission trip. Oh, wow. Can you speak English? And here we don't speak other languages. So I'm 24 years old, but I am very upset. Well, yeah, I would be upset. I'm upset. He needed money for his family. I don't know I didn't hear anything of that nature on that. So I don't know. I'd like to see a source on that. Kim Jong-un has his own brother assassinated. That's right, Shauna. If you assassinate your own brother, then what else will you do? Yeah, I never heard it was for money. I can't find the info now, but wasn't he on a church tour? Yeah, he was on a mission trip, I think. They're saying, Nancy. I'll find the source. Okay. I mean, I know it is very upsetting. Multi-county solution to North Korea, Robert said. I mean, nobody deserves to be tortured for ripping down a flag. Fine him money, slap him on the back of the hand, but you don't go torturing somebody for that. But it's North Korea, they don't think the way we do. I don't. A lot of people are saying the way to feel good again about it is to go and attack North Korea. But I don't really see us wanting to go into war with anyone. We really don't want to do that. So, yeah, evil lunatics is right. Who was his guide? I don't know, Nancy. They grabbed him at the airport leaving, yes. And I think everybody else left and they ran to the plane probably. Girlfriend left. Wow. A bit convoluted, yes. And, we weren't there. We don't know the whole story. Don't attack North Korea to feel better. Attack North Korea to put a stop to this nonsense. Yes, we should not attack North Korea for revenge for one man, Rob said. Yeah, I mean, my thing is, if you're going to attack North Korea, do it because of all the things that they do to their own people, the torture of their own people, the torture of our people, and the what they're trying to do, and sending their missiles up and whatever, their rockets, whatever you want to call them, and trying to reach the United States and other countries. And the scary part is that Iran now is starting to work with North Korea. That's trouble. And Iran has a lot of money because, why? Obama gave them back their money, $400 and some million. I don't care about Kim. I care more about the North Korean people. Yeah, Robin, that's true. They went too far with Otto. Yes. But, I mean, their people, their own people have suffered in North Korea forever. Something has to be done, bottom line, Kim said. An Iranian opposition group has found 12 sites not previously disclosed where the Islamic government is developing ballistic missiles with the help of North Korean experts. Iran's missile program has accelerated since it signed an agreement on July 14, 2015, to limit its development of nuclear weapons. So this Iranian opposition group is finding that North Korea and Iran are working together. Shauna said, I bet if Kim was taken out, the people could be directed to a better life, maybe with elections even. $1 billion Obama gave away. Billions, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Israel isn't going to let Iran get the bomb. That's true, Marlene. Not going to happen. But, I mean, we would be crazy to believe. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Hey, Robert, don't forget to go over to YouTube. You're going to see something good when you watch the replay and also at the end. We'd be crazy to think that they are doing what they said they were doing, that Iran is doing what they said they were going to do. Are we sure about that? Revolution has to happen. Hello, Robert. Is there a way Trump can force McCain out? No. No, nobody's nude in here, and you're an egg. Seen someone somewhere on Twitter this morning that North Korea is getting ready to set off something. I didn't get the last of it. Rebel media reporter was assaulted at Al-Quds March in UK. At least I can pray for that kind of scenario, Shauna said to Robin about North Korea and taking them out. A missile. Yeah, I mean, something is going to eventually have to be done if North Korea is not going to stop, and they're not going to stop. Thank you, Robert. Love the flowers. Who was Rebel Media person? I think he was talking about, Mike, were you talking about the Laura? Or were you talking about Tommy Robinson? Were you talking about Tommy Robinson as the Rebel Media reporter? Yeah, I know. I'm asking Mike right now if it was Tommy or Laura. I'm guessing it was, I thought maybe Laura, but maybe he's talking about Tommy. Tommy's been really mad lately. Tommy's had it, and I don't blame him. But Mike is saying he thinks it was Laura, but I don't know. I could see that happening. I could see that happening more to Tommy, but you have to speak English. We don't speak any other language in here, so please speak English. We don't know what you're going to say if you're not. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't follow Tommy Robinson, you may want to see what he's having to say. I mean, the guy is so angry about it. He's livid. They're blaming him for the mosque attack. I know. Doesn't that sound like what the libs do to the Republicans? And then we have Syria and Russia issues, a lot going on for our poor POTUS. Yep. Shauna said, I can't keep up with all these different Periscope personalities. I know, Robin, is very hot. It's hard to do. Lucy Brown. I don't know who Lucy Brown is at all, but I guess she's somebody else with Rebel Media. They have a lot of rebels at Rebel Media, so I don't know. Yeah, we can't speak French in here. If you could speak English. Tommy does a lot of scopes. One thing, Cully, about, and good morning, following Tommy, if you have it on notification, it goes off every 5 minutes. So he does a lot of scopes. He was on with Piers Morgan the other day, and I guess Piers, he didn't get to say what he wanted to say, so he was really upset after that. Yes, Robert, I know you're Robert in Utah. I knew that. Yeah, so, I mean, but he's a good guy to follow. Tommy was ripped by Piers Morgan. Yep. I think Piers just kind of cut him off and wouldn't let him talk. I didn't see it, but I just heard when Tommy afterwards said that. They're like 45 seconds long by the time you get there. I know. He comes on and just talks for, about a minute, goes off, comes on, and back. Yeah, Piers Morgan set him up for failure. It's probably like the Megyn Kelly. In Megyn Kelly interview with Alex Jones. Not a fan of Piers? No, not at all. So in other news, the State Department probe of Hillary's handling of government emails could get her security clearance pulled. It's hard to believe that this woman still has a security clearance. But they're saying that the Senate Judiciary Committee will hold hearings regarding Lynch's involvement in the email server. So I don't know if that means they're going to try to get Attorney General Lynch to come in or what. I really don't know. Good luck with that one. But we're still doing that. You know, Texas in the summer. I can't believe she has any clearance. I'm hoping that she doesn't. If she's out of government, she shouldn't have her clearance. Alex Jones is so wacky. Thought maybe he was Andy Kaufman. That's what Lee said. That whole thing, I think, with Megyn Kelly, that was just sort of a backfire and just like a nothing came out of it. I think everybody was hoping for ratings, and it just didn't happen. The moment you're no longer employed, my government clearance should be done. Yes. At one point, I had a secret clearance, and I'm sure I don't have a secret clearance now. Tommy Robinson is on probation and cannot say a lot on social media, or he'll get arrested. Wow. That's what Mike said. Megan didn't get my time, nor America's. Nope, Karen, neither mine either. I'm just seeing that an on-duty police officer in Flint, Michigan at the airport was stabbed. Is anybody else seeing that breaking news? I'm just getting a partial thing on breaking news. Rearrested, Mike said. Well, I know, Lee. Well, we don't know why Hillary isn't being charged for a lot of felonies. They have to do an investigation first. Thanks, Summer. Heard about that. Okay. A lot going on with people every single day. I really want a cattle prod taser, Nancy said. Gowdy on the trail, good. Do you know the average American laughs 410,078 times in a lifetime? But if you add in Dems crying, I'm changing it to 410,082 after last 4 elections. That's what Shauna said. America is investigation purgatory. Yep, everything we do, we investigate. Investigate. But not just a vague breaking of the law, but many, many felonies. Yeah, Lee. Chromium-6 was just found in 75% of the drinking water, the health ranger said. Where was that drinking water at? All over the United States? Or where, Mike? Or were you talking someplace else? Analysis paralysis. Yep, I'd like to see some people go to jail, not just do an investigation, come on every day on the TV and just sit there and investigate and nothing come out of it. Oh, that's great. Chromium-6 was just found in 75% of the drinking water in all the United States, according to Mike. I'm going to check that out for sure. Chromium-6, 75%. How nice. I haven't seen as many chemtrails lately. Yeah, it's true, Jerry. I've seen 1 or 2, but not like I did. How can we filter that, Nancy? Kim, I don't know exactly what all chromium-6 is or what it does, but I'm certainly going to find out today. I don't know what everybody else uses, but I use the zero water. And Mike says he sees chemtrails every day. The zero water has about 5 different layers of filters in it, but I don't know really how good it is. Wonder if that helps. I don't know, Robin. I guess you'd have to ask. Brita, yeah, same here. Zero water is supposed to be better than Brita just because it has more filters. But, sometimes I wonder, does any of it work? So I don't know. I don't know if that source is, I'd have to see the source and what that is. It doesn't sound like anybody that I know. That's what they say. Yeah. You can buy filters. Yeah, I mean, there are some filters that you can have installed that are potentially better than what you could buy, like a Zero Water, Brita, or any of those other things. but that's going to cost you at the cheap end at $300 some dollars. And some of the bottled water, though, is not, you think it's good and it isn't. Bottled water has a lot of stuff in it and it's not filtered out. Yeah, you'd have to do an analysis on it and see what you got in there. Yeah, you really need an ion exchange treatment system. Penta water, Mike said. Steam distilled is the only way to get out the heavy metals. Oh, that's great. I'm telling you, our water is so important. When they get that, and they dirty that up, we're in for it. Good filter on the fridge, but have to change it a lot because of hard water. Yeah, Barbara. And I don't know how great that filter really is. Metals do build up in filters, though. Chromium 6 is heavy metal causes cancer. Ha, yay. Have well water. That's probably better than anybody's. Oh my gosh. We need to do something to get the chromium 6 out so people aren't going to have cancer from that. With our air and the water and everything, we're really trying to hold on, Just Google auto, promise money, loads of sources. Okay, I'll do that. Our water comes from an aquifer. Hopefully that's good. Everything causes cancer. That's right, Kim. I mean, pretty much does, the air you breathe and everything. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to start letting YouTube saying goodbye to them, and they can see the what's coming up. I want to thank everybody for being here today. If you would please just go ahead and retweet this, and please do go over to YouTube and see everything that's there. Mike can't believe it's the end of the show. Okay, bye. Susan Brockovich. I am not on Brax. I don't do Brax. I don't go into private rooms like that. So everybody, thank you so much. Please do share this with everybody. Retweet it. Go over to YouTube. Watch the replay. I think you'll really like it. Thanks. Thank you for coming. God bless every one of you. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Shauna. Thanks, Robert. See everybody. Take care. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. I hope you liked everything. Hope you liked all the music and everything else. So we'll see you soon, and we'll have a lot of other cool things coming up in the future on YouTube. Take care. Please reshare the YouTube, and if you will, give me a thumbs up. That would be great. Take care.